Blaze.
Over the years, the Firespawn Blaze has watched over the realms, keeping guard over the egg of the Dragon King. His new purpose is to awaken the sons of Argus, so that they may begin their quest to save the realms from Armageddon.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So there was one character I always wanted to talk about when it came down to Mortal Kombat, and that was Blaze, and how he could have been more than what he was in the original timeline. Now, we knew that he guarded the Dragon Egg for a very, very long time. He guarded the Dragon Egg until the Dragon King decided to show back up and cause terror throughout the realms and stuff. You know, Deception popped up, and Deception happens to be my favorite Mortal Kombat game, hands down, besides the new generation of games. Old timeline, Deception always. New timeline, I really don't have one, that honestly, but with the Dragon King being hatched and all that stuff, Blaze can go back and do what he needed to do, what his original task was, because see, he was forced to watch the Dragon King's egg. He didn't just pull up and be like, hey, I'll watch the egg for y'all. Nah, he was captured by Onaga's, holy men, put a curse on him, and he was put in a deep sleep in the lava pits of where the egg was held. Now, let's think about that. How come Delia didn't do something to Blaze to where something like that would never happen to him? What if Blaze died in between the time of his creation and Armageddon? What if he didn't make it to Armageddon? That's something that a lot of us don't really think about, or we probably thought about it and just probably didn't think about it to this day, since he's pretty much irrelevant at this point when it comes down to Mortal Kombat characters. Now, I would think that Onaga would enslave him and make Blaze, his, I guess, partner in crime, if you would say so. And I guess it didn't happen, because I guess he just said, all right, fuck Blaze, I'm alive now. Now, if you don't know who Delia and Argus is, these are the parents of Taven and Dagon, and Argus is a god. Delia, I think she's a god, but I'm gonna say she's a god, because of the fact that the matter is that Argus is a god. So with Argus being the god, he had set up a, I guess, journey for both his sons, because Delia seen the future and she seen that there's gonna be Armageddon, and she wanted their sons to stop Armageddon. So what she did is she made a whole creature by the name of Blaze, as you see here, and pretty much they have to beat Blaze to end Armageddon or stop Armageddon. Now, there's a lot of things that kind of don't make sense there. I guess I have to go back over the game again. I'm playing through Armageddon once again, or in my case, Mortal Kombat All-Stars, and the one thing Blaze did before all this had started, before Armageddon even started, I guess he went around and told folks like, hey man, it's about to be a final battle and you guys need to get ready for it. All your enemies are going to be dead, or you're going to be dead, or everybody's going to be dead. So the fact that he had did that, woken up the Taven and Dagon. Now, funny thing, let me stop right now before I go further into this, I guess, breakdown of this character. The funny thing about Argus is when they say the sons of Argus, I always include Rain in there, because he technically is one of his kids, just illegitimate, because he had it at a wedlock with somebody else that wasn't Delia. Now back to the story. When it came down to Taven and Dagon, Blaze pulled up, as you see here, and he pretty much told them what the whole design was. What was he made for? His creation. Now, the thing that I felt that Blaze was, I guess, not written well. To me, he wasn't written well. I felt like if you're gonna be the bearer of Armageddon, you're supposed to bring Armageddon or prevent Armageddon. I would think you have more powers than just fire-based powers. Cool name, whatever, but you would think he'll have more, abilities besides fire. Earth, wind, fire, air. He is supposed to bring Armageddon. Honestly, I thought the one being was supposed to bring Armageddon, because when you hear about the one being and what kind of entity he was, you would think that, okay man, he fed off the elder gods, the gods, and he pretty much created all the realms due to him being split up into kami dogos. So you'll think to yourself, like, if they gather all this stuff together, they bring the one being back, wouldn't you think he'll be the reason for Armageddon instead of Blaze? But that's how they wanted to write it. Now in the new timeline, Blaze is nowhere to be found, well, except in Mortal Kombat 11 on the bridge. But you can sit there and say that he was in the game, but you don't hear nothing about him. You only see him one time. It's like in the crypt. Taven and Dagon, I guess they only been shown in endings, so they're not really that big of a deal. But I think Blaze should have been still the bringer of Armageddon in the new timeline. I felt like Kronika should have brought us Blaze, but instead of Blaze, give him a different name. Like, oh, y'all remember how y'all had Blaze in the original timeline? Well, this is the new timeline Blaze. He's taking his place, and this is what he should have been in the beginning. His potential could have been, flourished more. He could have probably, I'd say, had more dialogue. There's a lot of things that they did not talk about in this timeline, and once you think about it, some of it is better off left unsaid and just pretty much left alone and stayed in the original timeline instead of being brought over into the new timeline. Like the whole dragon egg being watched, Delia making the creatures, pretty much train their kids to kill him at the end so Armageddon won't happen. Because I still don't understand what was the purpose. How was he supposed to stop Armageddon, or is he supposed to be the bringer of it? Because if you play through Armageddon's conquest mode and you using Taven, he beats Blaze and he tells us that nothing really happens. Everybody just becomes more powerful. So it's just like, what was the purpose and all that? Did Delia know that? Did Delia know that? But they said it was like a flip of a coin. Either one side, everybody dies, or the other side, then they get nerfed. But instead, everybody gets more powerful, and they still fighting out there. I would actually like to see that timeline, though, to see that actually unfold. That would have been cool to see, honestly. But instead, we got, Shao Kahn, picking up the W and killing Raiden. And also wanted to see that timeline, too, but killing Raiden, becoming the god of everything. And we don't know what else happens after that. Amulet gets sent back in time. New timeline. Blaze is not around. And the one thing I don't understand about Shao Kahn is the fact that I'm like, did he always know that there was a dragon egg down there? Did he know that Onaga's reincarnation will happen? That it's prophecy that was supposed to happen? Did he ever know that? And if he didn't, then, man, he would have had work cut out for him once Onaga would have popped up. Because you already see he killed Quan Chi, Shang Tsung, and Raiden at the same time. So he was like, all right, they're out. Now I'm about to go handle this motherfucker who killed me thousands of years ago. But what do you guys think of Blaze? Like I said, Blaze's character could have been written better than what it was. I mean, there's a lot of people that could have been, the bringer of Armageddon. Once you sit back and think about it, like any elder god could have been a bringer of Armageddon. Shinnok was trying to bring Armageddon. Kronika could have brought on Armageddon if she really wanted to. But like I said, there's a lot of Mortal Kombat characters that could have done it, but they gave it to Blaze. They wanted to give us something brand new, which was still cool. I'm under the impression that the one being is the person that should bring Armageddon, will always bring it, because like I said, he fed off the elder gods. So if he's more powerful than the elder gods, I feel like the one being's a titan, to be honest with you. He isn't an elder god, he's not a god, he's a titan. So with that saying, guys, I honestly do wish he would have been in a new timeline. Just a secret character like he was before. DLC, just like how Scarlet was DLC, Kenshi was DLC, all the other characters that were DLC. Blaze could have just been something minor, nothing really big, nothing really huge. Like, oh, from an alternate timeline, Kronika brought him over because he's supposed to be a bringer of Armageddon. So he is her trump card. Like I would have said in the other video with Shao Kahn and Raiden, that Onaga would have been her trump card if Shao Kahn got out of hand. Blaze would have been her trump card if everybody got out of hand. It's like, okay, all y'all want to play here, I got a ticking time bomb who's ready to go off at any minute now, because he's supposed to cause Armageddon. So with that saying, I hope y'all guys are being safe. I hope y'all enjoying yourselves, being safe, taking care of yourselves. I know it's getting hard out here, y'all. It's honestly, a lot of stuff has happened over these past 2 weeks for me, and I'm just, keeping everybody in my prayers, make sure everybody stays safe, wash your hands. But other than that, guys, that is all I got for y'all. Peace.